Okay, just dropping in for a quick update. Got a couple of things to go over. One, we've got a boss fight coming up. There's been a few changes of gear, nothing huge. What was the one I wanted to talk about? This one here. I swapped back from this, the Crimson Gem. Well, it's fantastic. I just really needed the extra strength. The dexterity's nice too. And I had an empty slot on it, and I could have just stuck with more health. But around 20,000, I'm pretty happy. Like, you don't really need much more than that to feel like completely safe for the rest of the game. So I went with a bit of damage. The 25 strength is nice too. It helps a little bit. 15 attack speed, 30 physical. Damage goes up quite a bit, as you can see. Even with these ones. I've dropped a few other items I've been using. This one here, it's for 20% experience. Works well with this one too. In total it's 30%. You can put them on when you complete a quest to increase the amount you get. I don't often do that. I used to do it a lot more back in the day when I really went hard into the characters, leveling them up really fast. With these being here, I'll do it every now and then if I feel like it. I gave this a go for a little while, and it's pretty good. It's just, it's slow, which is the problem with it. The health regen you get from the steel and the life leech over 3 seconds is really good. I find some enemies just to show it off, but it is so slow. Yeah, as you can see, I regened about 2,000 health off the life leech over 3 seconds, plus another, I don't know, maybe another 1,000 off the individual hits, which is good. It's strong. Like, the longer the fight goes on, the more the regen pays off. But it has its issues. It's just so slow. Like 3, 4, 5, 6. Compared to something like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, it's incomparable. Even though this does a lot less damage and has a lot less attack damage converted to health, this just comes out on top. It's just so much better. The attack speed unfortunately beats it out. That's not a gigantic difference. You could happily use this, but this is notably better. Like, just playing with it, it feels better than this does. The only time this, I think, beats this thing out is when you've got like 10 enemies all around you and you spack them with shield charge and thunder strike and they all start leeching at the same time. That'll get your health up really quick. But apart from that, it's just not worth it, unfortunately. I believe I was using this last time, maybe. But both of these two shields here, the one I've equipped and the one in the inventory, I found both of them, and they're both pretty good. I'm using Achilles shield mostly for the defensive ability. It's an extra 100, and you get the offensive too, which is really nice. And the shield block chance actually hits 100% with this one. It also gives shield smash, which is this one, this skill. So it just applies on hit. I don't actually know how that works. If you have both this one and this, are they independent? Like, can one proc and then another, and they both be different, or does the higher level one take preference? I'm not actually too sure. But the shield itself is quite nice. 450 health is good. Bit of physical res, 9% is actually okay. And this shield here isn't too bad either. About the same amount of health, less defensive ability. You get pierce and poison res on it, and a big amount of physical resistance. But I found that the defensive ability from being crit less is just so much better. it beats out the shield being a little bit better overall. I picked this up. Pretty cool. I think I found this back in Hades. It might have dropped from the reward you get for popping open all the chests when you pick up the 4 gems across that act. I'm pretty sure that's where this came from. I haven't been using it at all. I've kept it in the inventory because it has 10% chance of about 300 reflection. And I'm keeping that for later. It'll pair nicely with this, but I'll keep that a secret for now. I found this. Came from the Golden Boar and Epic, maybe? Yeah, I think so. And it's fantastic. The armor protection, if you have a look at, let's take the headpiece for example, 523, bumps it up 580, so it buffs the armor of all your other items, which is great. Has a ton of resistances all over the board, which is really cool. With this I'll probably be able to yeah, I should be able to drop another vitality bonus for maybe some more health or whatever. Because this one rolls with a little bit of vitality resistance. Comes with pierce damage, which doesn't help with this. Helps a little bit with these two. Nothing huge. The biggest point about it though, the reason I want to use it, is defensive ability. That's ridiculous. Just about 200. It's incomparable to anything else I can use at the moment. It's too good. I have to use this. The only issue with that though is, as you saw, this helmet. I do not have enough strength for it. I think we're off by 10 strength. Now that's a problem, because I don't have an easy way to get more strength. My skills are maxed. I can't get any more from quests. I mean, obviously I can just sync points directly, and I may have to end up doing that. But what I've been trying to do, I've spent a bit of time shopping. I want to replace this. As nice as it is, all I'm getting from it is the health and +1 to skills. And the +1 to skills, while nice, you don't really need more than 3. Hell, you can get away with 2 if you really want. And a green like this will beat out the health that this thing offers. It's only 1500 health. Something green would give you more than that, especially because you can put a relic inside of it. You'll be getting 2000, 2500, maybe more, depending on the roll that the armor piece rolls with. So if I can find something, I've been trying for like an hour and a half just to get a single damn piece. I've been running the shops in Act 1, hoping to find something. Yeah, because I would end up getting a little bit more armor out of it too, probably 400 or so, maybe 450. So I'm trying to replace that, which will enable me to be able to swap and keep this on. I've also been keeping an eye out for another one of these two with strength on it, and a bit less required strength overall. Depending on which one I find first is what I'll probably go with. I think that's it. Of course, ditching this means we lose a bit of those mass resistances here. Like it's the slow res is the one I care about the most. -50 is pretty bad. The rest of it's fine, like freeze doesn't matter much, and sleep doesn't matter too much either. Trap is a little bit annoying, but 60% is fine. You can live with that. So I don't feel too bad dropping this if I do eventually find something to replace this one or this one. And if I don't, I'll probably give it another hour of running the shops, and if that doesn't give me anything good, I'll just sink 2 or 3 points into strength directly. I really didn't want to. I enjoy not putting any here just for the little game of it. But I will, if I need to. This thing is just too good not to. I think that's everything. I have enough Electrum for another 2 orbs. And speaking of, what I've been trying to get is a really specific shield to replace this. Although this one's good enough, I can live with it. It is... that might help. This one. I really like this shield. 80 Vitros, which is great. Mystic Circle is okay. It does a little bit of damage. Nothing huge. But you get total speed, intelligence, that's damage. And it'll be quite a bit. Because the way Rune works, you get a ton of this. Okay, I can sink my points into this, and basically you can double your intelligence, or more, even. Like 120, 130% intelligence. Which, well, I only have 181. Just doing that alone is enough to bump you up 50 points. Please. They're gonna keep chasing me. But yeah, if I do get this, the 50 intelligence is over 100. It's probably closer to like 110, which is quite a lot of damage when you factor in the amount this buffs up your intelligence, the elemental damage you're doing. It's a lot. Like this reduces the resistances, so they take even more elemental damage. There's a flat elemental here, like a ton of it. So this is good. It's pretty good. Like when you keep it on here, obviously it won't work with the throwing weapons. But there've been times where I need the range and the shield at the same time. There's been a few fights where I've had to swap, and I've quickly just grabbed this, gone like that. So you need to keep like that much distance. But I do like to keep the the block chance and defensive ability. So it's not like you can't use this with throwing either. Less damage from demons and ghosts is whatever. But the 80 Vitros is huge. Pierce Rose, Poison Rose. It's just a good shield. Like, debatably, is it better than this one? I don't know, probably not. I just want it. I like it. That's what I've been trying to get from the Electrum. I'll go do this boss fight, and then I'll pop the 2 orbs. Now this fight here, Fafner, it reminds me a little bit of Hades, like in the amount of, I think he does vitality damage, but the way his attacks work, he puts like a little orb on the floor that chases you, it works like that. He's not the most dangerous boss in the game, but he can kill you if you're not careful. I don't foresee him being much of an issue. Like this will tear him to pieces pretty quickly. Yeah.
It's mine forever. Leave or die.
I believe his attacks, he does his worst attacks when you're at range. He'll start shooting things at you, and I'm actually taking a lot of damage here. Yeah, there it is. That's what I was talking about. Like Hades does that kind of similar thing. And he fires projectiles at you can see up here. But that's about it. I think if you stay in melee range, he's probably easier to deal with. Yeah, not too bad. Lots of nothing, of course. Actually, while I'm here, I might as well do that quest for the Nixie and get the extra skill point. It's just up here. It's amazing how much easier this act is than Atlantis was. Like, enemies like this, every single fight in Atlantis, just 2 or 3 enemies, was enough for me to proc a potion and have to run away. It's very... the spike in difficulty is so much higher in Atlantis, in Legendary, than it is in Ragnarok. Towards the end of Ragnarok, the fire giants start doing a lot of damage too. But Atlantis is just a whole nother level of difficulty. Please, stop. That guy's fast, look at him go. If you didn't know, you can actually buff her too. Like when she starts following you, you can apply your whatever buffs you happen to have to her. This will make her run faster. There we go. I just grabbed the fountain up here. Thinking about it, there's that shield I really want. I just like using it. It's one of my favourite items in the game. But honestly, the shield I have now is fine. So I'm not too sure what I'll want to do with these points. 390. Ah, why not? Let's roll Atlantis. See if we get something. Just one. That's disappointing. What we got? Garbage, and an intelligence item. It's a cool weapon, but nothing for this character. Oh well. I think I'll give up on that dream of that shield. I think this will be fine for the rest of the game. The stats are pretty good. I think that's it. I didn't have too much else to show off. Oops, not that one. A few bits and pieces here. I think if I die or if I beat the game, I'll go through the Titan Quest vault and show you everything this guy's found. Found a few bits and pieces. Like, you could probably use this if you wanted. 20% chance of the Pierce was pretty good. that's a way to, you can basically cheat yourself into having good pierce resistance with just this ring. I found this too. I just like the look of it. It's such a cool item. Yeah, I think that's it, really. The rest of the bosses for Ragnarok shouldn't take me very long. And after that, it's Eternal Lumbers.
Watch out!
Asgard will burn. You want to stop me?
Well, that fight could have gone a little better. We didn't die, but God, that was close. My hands are still shaking. I had to stop, take 10 minutes to just breathe for a bit. I didn't play that very well. What happened, you may have noticed, but the heat shield wore off towards the start of the second form fight, and I didn't re-enable it. I really should have. It would have reduced the damage I was taking by quite a bit. I just didn't think about it. Could have died there very easily. I think I got down to, I saw 1700 health, might have even been lower than that. My heart is still pounding a bit, but we made it. So, I think I'll probably split the video here and record Eternal Embers in the final part, where I show off all the gear I found in the stash and all that, if we beat Eternal Embers. There's a few things you can do in this act. What you can find very easily by shopping, once you hit, not this shop here, the closest one, but the next couple, once you've got those waypoints, you can pick up gear with 30% to health in every slot, and you can find them very easily. An hour or two and you can have your whole loadout with 30% health. Unfortunately, they don't roll with strength, they're just flat health. So it's a bit of a toss-up. Like, you start removing the percentage health here and there, and then so the strength, and you'll start losing your gear. So it has a trade-off. You can get a lot more health. Like, you can get up to 40,000 very easily. It's unnecessary. You don't need more than 20,000, maybe 25,000 if you really want to be safe. Yeah, so I may pick up some of those pieces. Like, I would like to replace this. It's reached the limit of how good it can be. Just what I can occupy this slot with is a lot better than this thing. Everything else is okay. This one, probably too, I might replace. Like, let's look at the secondaries here. The only one I really care about, slow and trap. 60% is fine for the trap, that's no problem. The slow is annoying. I wouldn't like to sit at negative 50%. Hell, even negative 15 is bad enough. But I probably will. I'll drop this for something better. Like, 148 armor is really lacking compared to everything else I have. Even the 328 on this is starting to fall off too. So yeah, this and this I'm going to replace. And I found this, dropped from Nidhogg, I think. And this is the one I wanted the whole time. I don't know if I have the ability to make all of those artifacts. I might go take a look actually. Why not? I'll show you the stash. Everything I've got so far. And I just check the in-game stash first and then open up Titan Quest Vault. Nothing in there. And you can see some of the things I've found. Found another one of these. Not as good as the one I've got. This was pretty cool too. It's a bit of health. You could use that for sure. Alright. Now look, are you going to open? And there we are. Okay, this is what I've been using, just this Let's Play thing. I haven't been touching anything else. So what do we need for this? Maiden and Ethereal Sphere of Eternity. Oh, that's not a good sign. Okay, that's one at least. We've got that, and ethereal. I think we'll probably have to give this a miss for now, as much as I'd like it. Yeah, oh well. Oops. I'll give you a quick just flick through the stash to show everything I've dropped. There's a few blues, there's a second one coming up too. Oops. Yeah, that's about it really. Storage, just a few bits and pieces. I haven't been using the transfer stash. This is stuff from my other characters. I haven't been touching it. And I haven't been using the relic vault much either. Yeah, it's a shame about that. I would have liked to use it. The rejuvenation is pretty good. Just a half health heal, pretty much. The health regen's nice too. And you get the Vite resistance, which this thing gives you. I just prefer this one here. But this one's, it's okay. Soul Drain is nice because you can deliberately target it. However, it doesn't work against a lot of enemy types. Like you'll notice you'll only heal like 2000 health or something. Enemies with a lot of vitality resistance, or if they're undead or whatever. You can't use it against constructs. Less damage from undead is okay, but that's about it really. Yeah, that's about it. I didn't find anything else in the meantime. This, actually, I don't know if I talked about this already. Actually, yeah, I think I did. But I do want to try and use this at some point. The only issue is I can't use this helmet at the same time, so maybe we'll find a better one. I'll probably go back and farm Act 1 Legendary. Try and find something that requires a bit less strength with the same kind of stats. Or maybe even one with strength on it here too. Would help out a little bit. Yeah, okay. Eternal Ember's next. Thanks for watching.